Okay, I'm either about to inspire you or trigger the shit out of you. Whichever way this goes, I want you to know that if you follow what I say, you will 1000% become confident. You will become at the very least, confident enough to focus on your goals in 2024 to make them happen. Whether your goal is a tangible goal like making $100,000 or reaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube or finding love, or it's an untangible goal, which is learning to love yourself, becoming more confident. You will get there. But, and this is a big but, you have to do the things. Confidence requires your proactive participation in this life. Like, you're gonna have to get uncomfortable, push your limit, and learn how to deal with disappointments without crumbling like a baby. Let me be the first one to tell you. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Atena, and today we're going to talk about confidence in 2024 for you to have the confidence to make your dreams, your New Year's resolutions come true. Okay, so this video is going to be timestamped below. I highly recommend you listen from the beginning to the end. But if you want to know what chapters there are, check that out so that you can go back and listen back to every little part that you want to. That even makes sense? Yeah, it makes sense. I was reading this book and there is a part of it that is really well written, and I want to read it for you because it's going to serve you a lot. So this guy, he's talking about how he lacked confidence, self-esteem, self-love, all the things. And so he writes, I have all these negative thoughts, etc. It's like, I begin to create plans to support these thoughts. I began to make decisions about not speaking in class because I knew it would reveal how stupid I was. Planning how I can avoid certain situations that may reveal the fact that I have no friends. The excuses I would use when I'm not picked for the football team. I create plans to support all of these thoughts and beliefs. I have to. They control my life, and I believe, of course, that they are correct and are to be obeyed. Why is this excerpt so important? Because it's so vital for you to understand that confidence comes from two components, right? We have our competence. So literally, you're learning a skill. The more you practice the skill, the more you get yourself out there, you become more confident. Like, oh, this isn't the first time I write a sentence. This isn't the first time I edit a video. This isn't the first time I go live on Instagram. The more you do it, the more habitual it becomes, the more confidence you have. But then there's the confidence that we're really talking about here today. And that's the confidence that I've got this. I've got this, right? There are going to be thoughts in your head, especially thoughts that stem from your childhood, stemming from the things that you may have heard, the things that perhaps your parents argued about. And when you're a child, you're literally in your ego, right? So the whole world revolves around you. And you create thoughts about how the world is. And as you grow up, you begin to create a sensation of, oh, well, this is who I am. You believe these thoughts that you're thinking. You think that they're a result of accurate thinking, but they're really rooted in mental junk. Sometimes, because we haven't achieved a certain goal in our lives, we lack that confidence because we choose to believe a certain series of thoughts. We believe that because there's no evidence showing that we've done this, or there's no evidence showing that we are worthy of this goal, we create this logical thinking pattern that we're like, oh no, I shouldn't have the confidence to say I'm amazing. I shouldn't have the confidence to say that I can do this. And maybe you won't admit it out loud, but we're in a safe space here. So like, I'm calling you out, okay? If you're having these thoughts, it's okay. You need to write them out. But you also need to make that decision that these thoughts are not who I am. Now, I don't want this to trigger you, or maybe it should trigger you, but if you don't plan for your confidence, you don't deserve to be confident. Like, why would you, right? Why would you even deserve to be confident if you say, I want to become fit, but you don't plan for that fitness? You don't plan for the mindset of fitness. You don't plan to go to the gym. You don't even plan how you're going to keep yourself on track. You assume that your willpower, that one decision is going to make everything happen. Decisions only work when you plan to make them work. So I want you to write a list of at least 3 ways you're going to sustain yourself. What are the vibrations you're going to put inside your mind and body? If you're going to be listening to a specific meditation for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, every day. Every day? Yeah, you have got to. If you don't make a plan to nurture your confidence, nurture your direction every single day, you will fall off track. And even if you do that, you still may fall off track. But this is why I'm telling you to have at least 3 layers. Have a form of how you're going to feed your mind, a form of how you're going to grow, and a form of accountability that goes outside of your willpower. The point is, you really got to see yourself, taste yourself, feel yourself into the identity of that person who is achieving or has achieved this goal. And I'm going to link a video below where I give you a really powerful visualization process, because we don't all visualize things the same way. Like, not everyone sees things. Sometimes you're a feeler, a taster, a toucher. I don't know how else to put it. But you have got to curate that identity of who you are becoming, and every day in every way step into that identity. And some of the best ways for you to nurture this, aside from just writing it down, and when I say just, that's actually a really freaking important step. Write it down, all the thoughts that tell you you can't, and create a distance between you and these thoughts. Your thoughts about who you are nothing but a cluster of data that your brain has accumulated over the years. None of it is necessarily true or false. Why not believe good things about yourself? Why not prove to yourself that you can do it? I highly recommend you actually just pick one major goal that you're going to devote yourself to every day in every way, to somehow allow this goal to pull you forward. Because when you have this goal, and you also attach yourself, I want to learn to become more confident through this goal, what you are going to do is that you are going to build your character. You're going to understand, hey, I need to nurture myself in a different way in terms of being able to manifest this goal, right? If you wake up in the morning and you don't have a routine to settle you into the day, and you just go and you hustle and bustle right away, you will lack the confidence, because all of a sudden you're teaching your entire mind and body, you're confirming to your identity that what success is to you is to right away get into that reactive mode. So when you wake up in the morning, take 5-10 minutes to ground before you start your day. Confirm who you are. Confirm what your intention is for the day. What's your focus of the day? As you're going through the day, put checks and balances for you to stay consistent. And so what does this look like? This can look like having accountability groups that you can be in, having one friend that you're accountable having a coaching group, being inside a coaching container. Like my girl Diana and I, we have Men Money Manifestation that we run together. These women are supporting each other within the chats, because every day, like, one of them's like, oh, look, I did this. The other one's like, oh, I'm trying to figure this out. And there's that momentum within the group to support each other. It could be therapy, right? If you are breaking generational patterns by creating new wealth in your family, or you are manifesting love like authentically and you're the first one, or it's the first time for you, maybe there are things that are going to come up, deep-rooted psychological traumas that are going to come up. You need support. Do not try to go it alone. Perhaps it's reading books. Basically, what are you feeding your mind throughout the day? What are the podcasts you're listening to? And as you write your goal for 2024, when you're writing your plan of how you're going to be successful, write out all the ways you're going to nurture and support yourself in that. And sometimes you just got to learn certain things. Like if you write yourself 10 new things you're going to do, the likelihood of you failing and feeling like shit are pretty high. Start small. One foot in front of the other. Instead of saying I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours a day and I'm going to like work out nonstop or read 10 books a month, like start 10-minute workouts. Build momentum. Put things on your to-do list sometimes after you do them. I know that sounds weird, but you're actually going to trick your brain because you're going to be like, oh, look at me. I'm doing so much better than I thought. I had this one thing to do, but look at that. I actually did 5. And some days you're just going to do that one thing. You got to just train your brain and train your mind to say, hey, I'm actually quite productive. I'm actually quite good in the sense that you're going to generate a momentum of getting things done and you're going to build your muscle. I feel like there's a book that's really good for this. I haven't read it, but I feel like I know that this is what it would talk about. It's called Atomic Habits. It's like becoming 1% better every day, and that makes you 365% better at the end of the year. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So when you're thinking of your confidence, you're thinking of your goals, instead of going at 3,000% on day one, say, what can I do that I can make sure I will get done? Where can I plug myself in to sustain myself, to sustain my belief system, to sustain my thoughts, and to have my vision continue to be there every day and every morning as I wake up, every night as I go to bed, that I wake up to it, that I go to sleep to it. Someone said this to me the other day and I freaking love it. My vision, so the vision that you have for yourself for 2024, your desire to be confident, they are your wings, and your beliefs, so the thoughts that you choose to fire and wire every day, they're the wind. Are you going to have the wind go against you or propel you forward? The choice is yours. And books, social media, habits, routines, I have my notes here. What are you literally going to feed your body? Okay? You might have not thought I would say this because I talk always about mindset. But here's the thing. Your gut is like literally a second brain. So if you're someone who tends to, for example, be anxious and you have a goal and you already don't feel good enough, if you wake up in the morning and you inject your body full of caffeine and then you eat junk food and you slow your body down and you barely do any form of physical activity, you're not going to feel confident. Like you're not. Like this is the thing. What I've noticed over the years, sometimes people who are really hyperactive, like proactive in their health, still lack confidence. So you can't be confident just by doing that. The mindset part, the identity piece is the most important, like hands down. But once you start getting that mindset piece done, you want to feed your body. This body, it literally is your servant. Your soul lives in this body. Your feet move tirelessly. Your eyes run like 2 marathons a day. You have got to love on this body, nourish this body, like hug this body every night, even when you put on your meditation or your hypnosis. If you're like me, I love hypnosis. It's like just like, oh yeah, I let go. I feed my body like these vibrations, these words. And I literally feed my body with water, vitamins, maybe even just having one session with a nutritionist might be enough for you. Or maybe you want to, like the book that you're going to be reading, you got to read a book, by the way, all of y'all. If you're not reading a book, listen to Audible. Like I actually like to listen to audiobooks, but you have got to feed your mind like a positive direction. If I haven't said it enough, I'm going to say it again. Maybe your book is going to be about nutrition, so you learn how does this body function. It's not as intuitive as you think. Like, I don't understand why we haven't learned this in high school. The final thing I want to tell you to do, but it's probably going to be the most instrumental in my opinion, and that is all of the things you said, like planning wise, you're writing your self-concept, you're writing your identity piece, you are at the very least figuring out how this beautiful human body works. If you haven't guessed it already, the way you speak to yourself every single day is key. And so I want you to do a very cringy thing, and I'll do it with you. I want you to literally take your phone, okay? And I want you to record yourself. Oh my gosh, are my lips this white? Oh my gosh, what's going on? I think it's my foundation. This is another thing, like sometimes you just gotta laugh. Like my nails are like legit a hot mess. If I had to care all the time about every single little thing that's just not looking fine, gotta get over it, right? So I want you to take your phone and I want you to record a message like this. I love you. You are doing absolutely amazing. I am so proud of you. Every day, I know you are doing your best and I want you to win. I want you to be successful. You are successful. You are a winner. And every day, in every way, I am learning to love you, honor you, nurture you, and be there for you. That may have been really cringy for you. It was a little cringy for me. But that's the thing. You got to do the cringy things. You got to look at yourself in the mirror, record yourself speaking, praising yourself, speaking kindness to yourself, loving on yourself. Do it in the mirror every morning, every night. Every night also, before you go to sleep, I want you to revisit the parts of the day that you were harsh on yourself. Maybe you messed up. Maybe you said you were going to go to the gym and you didn't. Ask yourself what happened. Could I have planned the day differently? Like, could I have maybe put out my gym clothes? Like, by the way, that's scientifically proven. If your gym clothes are out in front of you, you're like 80% more likely to actually hit the gym. If your food in your fridge is healthy, you're that much more likely to eat healthy. If you are in a coaching container where you have access to positive, powerful mindsets, you are that much more likely to have those conversations. So some of it is literally about planning the plans, right? But at the same time, when there are things that you mess up on, make mistakes, you're not a freaking robot, your life is not a to-do list, you will mess up. How are you going to reframe at the end of the day? With love, with encouragement. You don't need to be kicked in the face. You're here watching this video, you don't need to be kicked in the face again. You need a realistic kick in the ass. Like, you got to be proactive, but you don't need to kick yourself in the face. It's just not necessary. In fact, it does quite the opposite. So I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm really proud of you. I'm amazing. And at every moment, I'm doing my best. You are an accumulation of states of being. You are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you're not even your current personality. The very fact that we're having this conversation separates us from animals, separates us from other creatures, other living beings on this earth. You get to decide and declare confidence. I got my broken nails and I'm confident. Yeah. Anyways, I hope this video served you. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and turning on your bell notification so you know exactly when I'm posting my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, beautiful soul. I hope this video served you. I know it will serve you if you actually listen and you do it. Comment below if you've done any of these things. Comment below, like after you get them done, to let me know how it's going. And if it didn't work out, tell me also, because I know it won't. I know it will work. Until next time, bye.